Welcome everybody. Today we are going to stretch our hamstrings and our back gently and without getting hurt. Okay, so let's begin. Stand up at the top of your mat and stretch the backs of your legs. Lift your chest and bring your hands together. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do is bend the knees and straight. This is very important. You're going to do a lot of this every day. Bend the knees and straight. Here you start to stretch and strengthen the hamstrings, and you start to warm up the back and the core muscles, the hips, the bottoms of the feet, everything we need to be successful with being flexible in the back side of the body. Okay? And always, if you like these videos, you're going to like and subscribe at any time. And you can do this about 2 to 3 times a week, okay? And this will really help. You'll feel a difference in a week or 2, okay? Do one more. And now for strength, you're going to go up on the balls of the feet and down, and up on the balls of the feet and down, and the balls of the feet and down. Now bend the knees and see if you can take one knee off and lower and the other knee off. Now go in place. Keep your knees bent. One, real loose, just hinging at your hip. The hip hinge is very important for flexibility of the hamstring in the back, because when we stretch the hamstring in the back, this is where we're going to want to crease from so we don't hurt our back. Okay, let's just do 4 more of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now separate your feet a little wider than the hips. If you're on a mat, it can be out to the edges of the mat. Bring your hands to your hips, lift your back, and come flat back. Okay, so again, you're going to fold from the hip, but instead of moving the leg, you're moving the trunk. And return. Same thing. If you can't bend from here, try bending your knees so the bend is from the hip and up. If that's no problem, you can do it straight leg. The stretch is when you go over, and the strengthening is when you come up. And go over and come up. You're going to just breathe comfortably through all these exercises. If anything gets too much, you can stop and just do as much as feels good. Okay? All right, now bring your feet together and hug your right knee into your chest. Stabilizing your left leg and get as tall as you can. Put the foot down and switch legs. Okay? So we have to have strong muscles. You don't want to just stretch. You want to have a strong, and then on top of that, flexible muscle. Okay, tuck your chin. Look down at your toes and see that your legs are parallel. Then take your shoulders over. And then go over a little bit more, as much as you can, rounding the back. Then roll back up. Lift the chin, let your head go back, let your shoulders go back. Now start to go back. You're going to feel a little contraction in your back. That's good. And then one vertebrae at a time come up, trying to articulate the spine. Now tip your head to the right, and one vertebrae at a time coming over. Oh, here comes Mufasa to stretch his hamstrings and his back. And come up. Think you're flexible like a cat. And head over to the left, shoulders left. Now one vertebrae at a time, warming up your back. Stretch. And then slowly coming up. Now, let's go a little further. Tuck your chin, roll down, and continue to roll until you feel the folding at the hip. When you feel the folding at the hip, bend your knees and take all the folding at the hip. Just drop your back over, crease at the hip, shake your head yes, shake your head no, shimmy out your shoulders. And then slowly roll your spine back up. A lot of this will help loosen up the back and the hamstring. You have to do the two together. You can't just stretch your back or just stretch your hamstring. Okay? Clasp your fingers behind your back and counter stretch by lifting up, squeezing the shoulder blade. Release. Let's go again. Drop your chin. Drop your shoulders. Roll over. So you're like a question mark here. And when you start to feel your hips folding, then bend your knees. See if you can put your stomach right on your legs. This is the key. Once you get your stomach and your chest touching your thighs, you're perfectly into the hamstrings and the back. If this is too easy, you can slowly start straightening your legs, okay? But they don't have to be totally straight. You're still going to be stretching the bellies of those hamstrings. And then slowly roll it back up. If anything feels too much, make it a little less. Okay? Clasp those fingers and counter stretch. Go back. Lift the stomach. You can tighten the hamstrings a little bit. Tighten the back. And come up. Now, just to relax, you're going to open your feet and you're going to swing from side to side. Just relax. This will loosen up your lower back. Dharma Mitra gives this, and he always says it's great for the lower back. You look all the way back behind you, and you just loosen up. If you can't do any exercises, you can just do this one, and this will help keep the back loose, which helps keep the hamstrings loose. 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, here we go. Reach the arms forward and see if you can sit to the floor without using your hands. If you have to use your hands, it's okay. Okay, stretch out the legs. And now we want to make our legs a little longer. So you're going to start to walk forward with your legs. Start reaching your legs one at a time so you elongate the muscles. When you stretch, think you're elongating. You're pulling everything as long as it can be. Okay, let's do a few more of those. And sitting up straight, lifting your lower back. And last 2. Okay, now sitting up as tall as you can. If you can't sit up tall, put your back against a wall. It will help. Flex the feet and point. And flex. And point. This is very important. When you flex, it stretches the whole back side of the body. And point. So one thing you can do daily is just do the flex and points. Use your feet. When you do other type of exercises and they say flex your feet, really flex them. Use that. It'll make your hamstrings more flexible. Okay, shake out your legs. Loose up. Okay. Now take your right leg and pull it back. Your left leg is straight in front of you, and you're going to reach over the leg, okay? Those of you who are a little less flexible, you're going to bend the knee and try to get your chin over the knee. If there's no problem, you're easily over, you can try to hold your hands around your foot and pull. Be mindful of your lower back and your hamstring. If you feel it right behind your knee, you need to bend the knee. It's too much. If you feel it right at the tip top of your hamstring, bend your knee. It's too much. If it's your back, flatten your back. Do everything with a flat back till it gets a little more conditioned. Eventually, you'll be able to come all the way over, do all kind of variations. Relax. And return. Switch your legs. Put the right one out and pull the left one back. Okay. Always start with a lift. Inhale, lift. And now fold. You can come all the way over, grab the foot. If you're getting in trouble, you're going to bend the knee there and try to get your chin over. Okay? Keep working wherever you are. So you spend the whole time working on the hamstrings, working on the lower back, trying to make your body feel better. You can try any of those other variations we just talked about. If you can also push from behind if you're not getting any leverage. Okay, you can grab and pull. If you have trouble back, flat back, okay? But keep working. It's very important that you have the devoted time. You know, the more time you put into taking care of yourself, that all adds up, and it helps you stay healthy and flexible, in shape, all those things you want to be. And then slowly come up. Okay, shake out your legs. Now we're going to counter stretch that. Remember, you can't just stretch them. You got to strengthen them. So bend your knees, put your hands back comfortable, and use your hamstrings to lift your hips up. Just push the back of your legs up to the ceiling. You can look back behind you, look up, and come down. Now, if you have a wall, you're going to put your back against the wall, okay? Stretch out your legs, reach your arms up the wall, and flex the feet. This is called a staff pose. You want to really stretch. Once you have the 90-degree angle, you're going to have an easier time with all kind of forward bends. And that all requires this flexibility of your hamstring, your back. Okay, reach up, reach up, reach up. And come down. Now put your hands where your feet are. And we're going to put our feet where our hands just were. So you go this way. Okay? If you don't have a wall, you can do a downward facing dog. Okay? Or you can repeat the pose we just did. Okay? Now try to make your lower back flat and your legs straight. And try to be at a 90-degree angle the best you can. I'm not even sure either unless I really use a mirror. But I'm trying to feel my legs straight and my back straight and the fold at the hips. So that's the three things you're going to remember today. To stretch your lower back, stretch your hamstrings, and fold from the hips. Okay, now bring your feet down and just sit on your feet for a moment. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, if that's enough for you, you can stop here, okay? If you want to go on to 2 more advanced exercises, we'll show that now, okay? So you're going to come up, put your back against the wall, and walk the feet about 10 to 12 inches forward. You are leaning on the wall. If you have a tight back, you're going to separate your feet a little bit. If you're very flexible, try to keep your feet together, okay? Now push your stomach to the wall, lengthen the head, open the bottoms of the feet. So you're already stretching. Now, as your body tips forward, you're going to slide your buttocks up the wall. So if I go over a couple inches, my buttocks go up a couple inches. I go over a couple inches, your buttocks slide up the wall. If it's getting too much, bend the knees, but keep sliding the buttocks up the wall. It's like you're trying to get the top of your hamstring to almost touch the wall there. You might be able to touch the floor or walk your hands down your legs. If your knees are bent, it will look like this, no problem, but keep the buttocks going up as your head goes over. Okay. Now, wherever you are, you're going to stay here for 5 breaths. So it's got to be comfortable. Inhale. Exhale. Roll your inner thighs toward the wall. Inhale. Exhale. Drop your head over. Relax your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Pull the navel to your spine. Push the floor with your feet. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Start to roll up. The buttocks will start to slide down the wall as your lower back comes to the wall slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. Then your middle back. Feel it roll. Then the upper back, your shoulders, and eventually your head. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. This time, grab your elbows. Inhale, lengthen. Pull your navel in. Push the floor with your feet. Bent or straight legs. Start tipping over, folding from the break of your hip. Slide the buttocks up. Go as much as you can. You can bend the knees if you need. If you're really flexible, you can put your hands under your feet there, and that will be a lot of beautiful stretch there. Breathing here, our 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Don't push. Natural. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. You just practice a little bit at a time. Exhale, but consistent. Keep practicing all the time. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. If you have your hands on your feet, take them out and just slowly roll up. The buttocks start to go down. So think your tailbone's going down to the floor. You're using your stomach muscles to get your lower back against the wall. Then your middle back against the wall. And then the upper back. And then the head. You can squeeze your shoulders back and come back down on the floor. Okay, one more counter stretch. Hands back. Lift up. And come down. Close the eyes. Cross your legs. If you really relax for a minute after you do your exercises, your body starts to memorize this new place. A more flexible back, more flexible legs. Just let your body remember that. Let it be the new normal. Be a little looser, a little stronger. Good. Gently open the eyes. Stretch your legs out. Reach your arms as forward as you can, like a big yawn. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Bring your feet in. Stand up. And you're all done. You can try all our other videos at Yoga Bees Are Beautiful. Like and subscribe. Press the bell so you get notifications. We put out videos every week, okay? So keep in touch, and anything you want, leave it in the comment. You can also follow us on the Instagram and Facebook page.